So yesterday, when I was bringing up going back to Starbucks to finish typing the Shinobi Survival Manual, which by the way is finished. I just got to do some editing and stuff to finish it up. I had mentioned me and another person and how I felt that I was in a situation where it was either she was using me, or I was being and I was being a simp for it, or it was a simple matter of what she said was legit, and then I fucked everything up for the way I reacted because I thought she was using me. Here's the thing: spent the last 17 years, hell, last 20 years, honestly, but I'm gonna leave my time in the army out of it. Last 17 years dealing with people trying to set me up and mistaking kindness for weakness and things of that nature. And so I kind of look at a person, at the actions that a person takes, especially when they kind of breadcrumby things and stuff like that. And it's really hard to tell the difference between someone who is legitimately confused themselves or working through something and someone who's using it as an excuse to manipulate you. And so yesterday I was having this thought. It was kind of a dreary day. It's a dreary day now. And I'm up here at Cathedral Falls. Now, this is a very tiny, minuscule waterfall to have the name Cathedral Falls. But yeah, anyway, so comes back to the question, which is titled this video. How damaged am I? You're getting, you have a person who's so used to people trying to set them up, manipulate them, things of that nature, that they see this in just about everything. So I'm always second guessing, wondering if I'm being manipulated or someone's trying to manipulate me, or if people are mistaking kindness for weakness and trying to use me and stuff like that. So I've dealt with it so much that I kind of expect it. The problem is, after everything's said and done, I look back on things and I kind of wonder whether or not I'm right or if I'm wrong. Now, if I'm wrong, I completely fucked this whole relationship up. I completely mischaracterized this person, and I hurt them, and if I'm wrong, and here's the thing, I don't really know if I am. But if I'm wrong, then I'm not trying to get back to where we were or anything like that. But I do have to apologize. And I know this person supposedly blocked me on Facebook, but all they did was block me on Messenger. And that they're watching my Facebook and my YouTube posts. So, since they're watching me, there's this whole little thing that it essentially comes down to this. If I was wrong, I'm sorry. This is one of them things that we needed to talk about. I have had a very, very fucked up life. I talked about going to war with you before, with everyone. How I went to war with crooked cops and basically, for lack of a better term, mob judges and all this other shit, and had all this stuff dumped on me. So your response to me didn't hurt me, doesn't piss me off. It was the actions before that that had done this, and the fact that you wouldn't talk to me. But that being said, if I'm right, fuck it, I'm right, So the only thing I can do at this point is put this out there and get into this whole thing. Now, there's stories I could tell you, horror stories that I could put on this YouTube, And people will be like, what the fuck, Ron? But I can't do that because I'm protecting the guilty as well as the innocent. There are certain situations I've had in my life where, let's just say, bad people did bad things, but there were worse people who did worse things. And I had to juggle all of that while protecting myself. And I'm, you know, I've lived in a world where everything has to be judged and evaluated by actions, not what people say. So if a person acts, I'll use the term funny, or in any way manipulative, and this is the problem with women because women are all manipulative. So, and I can see women out there now like, oh, I'm not. Yeah, yes, you are. Yes, you are. It comes to this reality that women are physically weaker than men, so women tend to be more conniving and manipulative than men because men tend to just bully their way through things and, deal with everything through physical force. Now, that being said, like I said, that's reality. There's always a little bit of manipulation that goes into any relationship. Let me see how weak this falls is. So, what's going on is that as events are taking place in my life, I'm looking at them and I'm trying to evaluate them based on actions. And one of these actions is a person explaining things to me, opening up to me, talking to me. Sometimes I misjudge things because I have no information or I have limited information. So I need people to provide me with information, And if there's something going on that I don't see, I need someone to tell me this so that I can look at things in a different light. That's anything in any kind of relationship, whether talking personal, professional, whatever. And as all of this is taking place, no one's really opening up to me. I'm opening up to them, and they're not telling me anything. And so while they're not telling me anything, I'm confused. I'm trying to evaluate things based on activity, but the only thing I have to go on is my past experiences, which are pretty fucked up. And so I have to make a decision based on what I see and what I experience. Now, hold on. Behold, this is Cathedral Falls. I have no idea why it's called Cathedral Falls. It is not a very impressive falls. In fact, this is a little more than a mud puddle right here in front of me. And this is just, I don't know. Maybe if there's a lot of rain that comes down and cascades down this whole fucking cliff face or something. But for right now, it is this weak little stream. And it's like, okay. Though it would be an interesting exercise, and I want to try this sometime, to try to climb up the actual falls itself, since it's like this, and there's obvious hand and footholds, but I don't know how slick they're going to be. It would just be a little fun little experiment for me. Anyway, so as I approach the situation and I try to evaluate things, I'm stuck evaluating them based off of past lessons, things that I've learned or had to experience in the past. And, well, to be honest, it's somewhat emotionally traumatic, I guess. Disconcerting, at the least. And you have a person who has had similar bad experiences, so they have to understand that two damaged people who aren't really communicating what's going on very well leads to a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of problems. And right now, my biggest problem, what's been bothering me for days, weeks even, is You know, whether or not I was right. Because if I was right, then everything happened the way it should have happened. Cut ties, all that is good, you know. But if I was wrong, if I misread the situation, and bear in mind, the only thing I have to read the situation on is my past experiences. If I misread that situation and everything that was going on based on limited knowledge and having to judge things with, you know, not really being able to see or understand a whole lot, and having nothing but a bunch of really messed up experiences to base it off of, then, you know, I'm a fucking asshole. But this becomes the problem. So right now I'm focused on getting the Shinobi Survival Manual out. I also have a couple more books I'm going to be getting published. So, yeah. And, hell, even more books on the way. I've written so many of them. I've talking to other writers. I have talking to other people. And they're going to publish with me the guy who wrote the Dimmock Simplified book. Has some more that he wants to get published, follow-ups to it. We're going to try to do all these different things to put this stuff out there and build a something. So I'm going to leave this video at that. Let you think about how screwed up an individual you have to be me, and go through all the stuff that I've went through, all the stuff that I've beat, all the stuff that I have endured. You know, I made that video about being a man, how you have to just suck it up and push on. And that's what I'm doing.